Hello, this is Peter Collins with another sales tip for the professional salesperson. In fact, in this tip, I have a special warning for you because you can be deceived by not understanding circumstances properly. And I've titled this module, Surround Yourself with Real Achievers. Most people think that the circle that they're working in is full of real achievers. And the old adage of when you fly with eagles, some of what they do, say, or even think will rub off on you. That's fine. It does happen. But there's a trap in every group, no matter what the group is, because there are people that are very opinionated, and those people are usually the most negative ones in that group. But they're such great influences that their opinion can have some weight. And there is a trap here because if you start working with these people, start believing what they say, instead of flying with the eagles, you'll start scratching around with the turkeys. Instead of going forwards, you go backwards. Now, I'll give you a piece of advice and how to make sure you don't get caught in this trap. Because achievers don't work off opinions. They only work off facts. I'll say that again. Achievers don't work off opinions. They only work off facts. Now, if you put that into practice in everything you do, pretty soon you'll start flying with the eagles. And some of what they do, say, and think will rub off on you. But over time, the more you fly with the eagles, the more what they think, say, or do will rub off on you as well. And pretty soon, you'll have your own following because you'll be one of the eagles that those eagles or those people are relying on to get some advice and to have some of what you do, think, and say rub off on them as well. And the most important thing here is by commenting, I can then bring another message in within that message. And I want to do that here as well, because one of the things that everybody needs to do is to actually mix with people above their level. Now, for those of you that are not aware of how I put my sales training videos together, well, that is quite unique as well, because what I do is I'll record a segment or a series of segments, and then when I'm editing, I'll actually comment on what I've just produced. Now, the reason for it is I'll come up with another idea or another example on an idea, and I simply comment. And I find that that brings in more than one message consistently, and all these messages not only overlap, but they actually dovetail into one another. So let me do the same thing when I talk about eagles and turkeys, because the eagle is a really majestic, powerful, and lean bird. And on the other hand, when we talk about turkeys, what do we think of? A fat thing, overweight, that has to scratch around because it can barely move effectively any other way. The eagle is also the highest flying bird on the planet. That's right, the highest flying bird, and actually can fly up to 37,000 feet. Now let's bring this into perspective. There are very few predators that the eagle has, but among those predators is the crow. Believe it or not, the crow is not a match for the eagle. But what the crow does is it constantly pecks at the eagle's feet. The eagle doesn't retaliate. And when the eagle's had enough of this pecking, it simply soars upwards and the crow can't follow because there's not enough oxygen for the crow to fly. But to give you an idea of how high an eagle can fly, a Boeing 767 flies at about 43,000 feet. And remember, an eagle can fly up to 37,000 feet. Now, which would you prefer to be? The eagle, which is powerful, lean, and able to fly higher than any other bird on this planet? Or the turkey, which is weak and fat and can barely spread its wings or flap them effectively? You know, after a lifetime in professional sales, I'm proud to come to you with my sales record. In fact, it consists of me being in sales for 56 years, and in that time, I've broken countless national and international sales records. I'm also the author of 70 business books. My first book was published back in 1969, and I've sold over 2.5 million books since. I'm also a 3 times International Sales Hall of Fame inductee with 2 multinational companies. Now, I've done it twice with one, and they were all for my sales achievements. And in fact, I've only ever worked for 2 multinational companies, and I achieved Hall of Fame status with both. And I'm also the creator of the original 8-step sales affirmation formula that also changed the way advertising was sold worldwide by some of the corporate multinationals, and that was done for decades. Now, by having said all of that, what that really means to you is that I can save you lots of heartache and even help you with your focus by helping you get things right in your sales much faster than I did.